In our earlier meeting, we'd agreed to meet here at 10:30 p.m. And yet, there was no sign of her at all. What is she even doing? We only have 15 minutes. My unease grew stronger. An unpleasant sweat broke out all over my body. Just then, Hiruko burst into the lab. Takumi, this is all your fault. What? You broke the internal clock in my glasses. That's why I'm late. You mean this morning? Obviously, the impact must have done it. Oh, I'm sorry, but we really need to get going. With an irritated grunt, Hiruko raced over to the locker. That's a whole bunch of nothing then, right? She flung the door open and quickly changed into her leap suit. Is the PLM ready? All set. Then let's hurry. 11:10 p.m. We only have 5 minutes. Hiruko hurried onto the platform. I slammed the red button and jumped on after her, and then... Here we go. Sorry, we're late. What were you doing? We ran into some trouble because of Takumi. They'll get the wrong idea if you say that. You were the cause of the delay, weren't you? Well, I can't argue with that, but still. See, I told you? See, I told you. We don't have time for this. We need to exchange information. Hiruko and I nodded. We'll go first. Ima's code is 1. Hiruko's code is 4. Why does everyone have the same back? That's 1 and 4. It took a few seconds for it to set in, and as soon as it did, Hiruko 1 and I turned to each other and let out a cry of joy. You have all the codes we need. Thanks, guys. You did very well, even more so considering you had to get them off the backs of zombies. We pulled it off thanks to some goggles Tsubasa made for us. Enough chatter. What about us? Stop celebrating and tell us the code you found. Got it. We recovered Takemaru's code. The number on his back was... 7. 7, huh? Lucky number 7. Now we've got all the codes we need. Thank you, you two. Or should I say, us. I knew we could do it. You took the words right out of our mouths. You've been a huge help. Thank you, truly. No need to thank us. You need to get back quickly. Yeah, you're right. Good luck to you, then. We dashed to the console and configured the machine. Except it failed because... It's 11:16 p.m. Hiruko 1 and I stood stunned. Hiruko 6 spoke, looking at us with sympathetic gazes. I'm sorry to say, it looks like the window is closed. No! This can't be. Get us food. Hiruko 1 and I hung our heads. We couldn't bring ourselves to say anything. It took some time for us to recover. Finally, I raised my head and spoke quietly. Well, there's no point in getting depressed about it. We just have to change our mindset. Sorry, guys. We should have exchanged info faster. You don't need to apologize. We were the ones who were late. Although Takumi is the one responsible for that. Stop making it sound like it was all my doing. It looks like you two will have to stay in our timeline until the blood space waves rise again. When will that be? Let's find out. Good, it's sooner than I thought. The day after tomorrow. Yes, day 86 from 8 to 11 a.m. We have 3 hours. Plenty of time, even if someone shows up late. What's that supposed to mean? I'm not sure what happened between you two, but you should try to get along. Yeah, you're going to be stuck together here for another 32 hours after all. Right here? Sorry, but there's no way we can take you to the school. That makes sense. I'd say the same thing if I were in your shoes. Our shoes. I don't believe this. We'll bring you some food tomorrow. Morning. I'm really sorry about this. It's fine, don't worry. Well then, after thinking this one last time for the liver mortis codes, they quietly left with apologetic looks on their faces. Hidoko and I removed our leap suits, forcing our sluggish limbs to cooperate. We really blew it. Now we have to stay here until the morning after tomorrow. And whose fault is that? Mine, for breaking your glasses. But you know, there's plenty of other ways to check the time. Now you have the nerve to be insolent with me? Sorry, I was just playing. I'm kidding. Well, whatever. Those two were right. I'd rather not spend the next 32 hours being hostile with you. We went to sleep without any further conversation. We had all the liver mortis codes, but we weren't in any mood to indulge in celebration. The right guest timeline, Hidoko and Takumi showed up shortly after sunrise. Sorry to keep you waiting. We brought you some food. We put it in the cabinet over there. Thanks, we appreciate it. Sorry to make you go out of your way. By the way, we have something we would like to discuss with you. What's that? You were worried about that? We have no reason to refuse. Are you sure? Yeah, don't worry about us. Just go ahead and boot up the transmitter when you get back. We'll be able to get back to our timeline tomorrow anyway. And then we'll be calling the rescue craft just like you. There's no need to spare our feelings.
Oh.
Good, you agree. Huh. You're me, so you knew exactly how I was going to respond, didn't you? I had a hunch. This is goodbye then. Well, I wish you the best of luck. You're not going to enter the code wrong, are you? I'll be fine. Are you sure about that? Just what kind of guy do you take me for? A slow-witted, careless servant. What are you laughing about? They're talking about you too. Oh, right. Hidoko 1 and 6 laughed amused. Takumi 6 and myself awkwardly avoided looking at each other. All right, you two, take care. We'll be praying that all of you over there will make it safely to day 100. Hidoko 1 and I shook hands with our counterparts. Afterwards, they flashed us a quick thumbs up and ran out of the lab. Nothing of interest happened after that. Time just slowly ticked on by. Eventually, night fell. A cold silence washed over the lab. It felt eerie. There was no reason for it, but I felt weird. It was the same kind of stirring in my chest I felt after our last defensive battle. What? What do you mean, what? You keep looking at me. You're looking at me, too. What time is it? I pulled out my device and checked the time. It's 11:40 p.m. Just over 8 hours to go, then we can go back to our timeline. Our own timeline, yeah. We'd only been stuck here for one full day so far. And yet still, for some reason, I was starting to miss everyone from our timeline really badly. "7:58 a.m., 2 minutes left until we could jump. Hidoko and I finished setting up the machine, already wearing our leap suits. Just then, we had unexpected visitors. Hidoko and Takumi from the right guest timeline appeared. What are you guys doing here? What about the rescue craft? Didn't you call it yet? It's complicated. We decided not to use the distress signal transmitter. Why not? I can't really explain. I just had this weird feeling. It was like something horrible was going to happen, so I stopped entering the code. A weird feeling. I don't understand. Neither do I. Anyway, Takumi, Hidoko, listen closely. You shouldn't use the transmitter when you get back. Consider that my advice, or maybe a warning. 8 a.m. came around as we were talking. I'm not sure I followed, but I'll keep your warning in mind. At any rate, we need to get going. Yeah, we'll be wishing you good luck out there. You guys be careful too. We'll be praying that all of you over there will make it safely to day 100. Yeah, for sure. Wait, we had this exact conversation yesterday. Hiruko 1 made her way to the platform. I hit the button and followed right after. Be seeing you. Phew, we finally made it back. I really miss this place.
Oh.
What are you going to tell everyone when we get back? I don't know, but we'll think of something. I see. Well, let's get going. I want to see the others. I ran off to the school. Hiruko was close behind me, but... All right, it's still SF. I guess they're not going to enter the codes because they can't find anyone. Like, why is everyone missing? What happened? What's happening here? Where is everybody? We've only looked on the first 2 floors. I'm sure they're on the 3rd floor of the roof. I ran out onto the courtyard and headed for the stairs. I rushed up 2 steps at a time up to the 3rd floor. The first place I stopped was the leisure lounge, and what I saw there was...
No!
This can't be.
The blood drained from my face. I went weak in the knees. I could hardly continue standing upright. What the hell happened here? I tried to scream, but I couldn't make a sound. The only thing that I could force out of my dry throat was a raspy gasp. I can't give up yet. If I bring them to the infirmary, I might be able to revive them. Desperately trying to convince myself, I took a single step, drawing closer to the bodies. The very next second, my vision was soaked in red. I turned around to see Hiruko spurting a massive amount of blood from her neck.
Hiruko!
Her body fell to the floor like a marionette whose strings had been cut. The light was already gone from her eyes.
Hiruko! Hiruko! Hiruko!
I screamed and ran over to her, but the moment I knelt down, suddenly the ceiling was right in front of me. I was on the floor, my throat slit. The blood clogged my throat, preventing me from speaking. I couldn't even breathe. Everything started to turn foggy and hazy. I'd been unconscious soon, but I wanted to at least see who did this to us. I turned my head, my eyes wandering. Standing there was... Kako G. Of course, who else would it be? She must have come here for the mystery timeline. Soon after that, my consciousness suddenly vanished. The last thing my retinas registered was Kakoji's sneering face as she licked her lips. So that answers this.
You told me that we should go a separate way, so now you go there. But I go straight to this way, turn back the clock, break through the air, reset my everything. Yeah, it's true. I wanna know what I wanna do, so I do that before.
Yep, it all makes sense now. Okay, so we've done first and second scenario, route scenario, Last Defense Academy routes, co-director in game, goodbye Ato, reset, rebellion route, Ava route, multiple Atos route, serial battles route, conspiracy, casual. What's the casual route? Yeah, Uchikoshi did SF, which makes a lot of sense. Mystery route is also Uchikoshi. That makes sense. You know, I kind of wonder if if we're guessing people's types. I think Kodaka's type is like the white-haired or light-haired protagonist, or female protagonist, because like, wait, who's the? Oh yeah. Both Danganronpa 1 and 2, like the quote-unquote best girls in terms of writing are the white-haired girls or light-haired girls in one case. And by I don't mean like winning girl, quote unquote. I just mean the ones that are like the best written one. The detective from the first game, and then the second game, there's a gamer girl. The gamer girl is like clearly the best written character in that game, I think. And in this game, so Kodaka's route is effectively the Nozomi route, and that's why like I think the second route, which also leads to ending 1, is really like really well done from Nozomi's point of view. Or not point of view, but you know what I mean, like looking at her as a character. And then obviously the mystery, all of the ancillary routes that connect to the SF route, meaning like the mystery route and parts of like Killing Game and Box of Calamity routes are far less about Nozomi and a little more in some cases to way more about Hiruko. So what I'm saying is maybe Uchikoshi likes to be stepped on. Revenge of Kakoji. Huh, interesting. I really didn't expect it to end that quickly. Okay. So that means that the pair, the Takumi and Hiruko we meet when we're trying to get the Omega material is down this timeline then. Oh, where the hell is it? Where the fuck is it? Here it is. What are you talking about with the school being blown up? Oh, no. So seeing the school blown up, that was fuck. I gotta find it. The chart's so crazy. So there are three routes that the school's blown up on, right? And I'm not sure if they jump on the same day, right? They jump on 86. So, but that's the thing. We don't know for sure if like we jump to wrong guess timeline. I think we just jump to the timeline where Takumi actually blows everyone up on the right guess timeline. That was my interpretation of it. Because we create that by going and blowing blowing everyone up. That was our fault. So I do agree with you. I think that Kako probably ends up blowing everyone up anyways. Or getting blown up because she has all the codes in ending 56. But who knows? Who knows, right? Kako also has the power of foresight. So maybe Kako will, maybe even though it's not Kako anymore and it's Kako G, maybe Kako G prevents herself from doing that. But we don't necessarily have any reason to believe that Kako, like, I can't think of a point. I can't think of anything that happens with Kako G later on past this day. Like, I think assuming that she blows herself up, that neatly wraps up the idea of a masked assailant this late in the playthrough, right? The Killing Game assailants, or the final sponsor in the Killing Game, we already know that's Ato, so that's wrapped up. No, I think he just has to jump to. I don't know. We could check real quick. I'm curious now. We just read this, of course. I'm not even. I wonder if they even specify specifically. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. We'll show you around. Stop picking the suit with the hole in it. What's this dorky ass research looking? Facility. Call it the lab. How can we know that? Well, Birdie told me. Lab, huh? Futuristic, euphemistic.
Huh?
Oh.
Ah!
Ah. All right, so he doesn't specify there. Successfully made the leap, took over our suits.
Yeah!
You messing with us, bro?
Huh? You. What's
The Academy. It's not just.
the entire?
But why? How? Isn't it obvious?
No, that's not it. It's not? I'm not sure. Our school is.
Well,
Remember how I didn't enter the last digit in the distress signal transmitter yesterday? Well, there's an alternate timeline where I did punch it in. That's where we are now. A parallel world where I entered the code.
If we take Takumi's statement at like face value here, I think the intention is that he just jumped into this timeline, this branch. So okay. Again, though, I think that neatly wraps things up. If we make the assumption that Kakoji blows herself up, That's probably what happens here, and if she ends up not blowing herself up, it's probably explained by the by her special power of, you know, fucking visions. Bullshit visions. Okay, I think we need to do this one next. We jump to the serial killer. I'm actually curious now, so... So I'm assuming this is what's going to fulfill ending 100. Right? Maybe? I don't know. One sec. I'm looking at other possibilities here. Allow Eito to rejoin? Never. So day 50 is when that happens. If we go to this slasher route, there are no deviations to the slasher route. So what do we do there, I wonder? This is the last SF branch, at least that we can see so far, aside from getting what I'm assuming is a bad ending with Hiroko being left behind. Escape pod. I don't even want to watch that one, man. I don't want to watch it. We'll save it for later. It's gonna be bad though. It's gonna be a sad ending. This is also not going to be a good outcome either, though, because we're not trusting Hiroko. Sorry, Hiroko, but my decision hasn't changed. We need to go to the serial killer timeline. I can't just leave myself like that. I want to budge on that point. I see. She nodded listlessly. How about you? I told you I won't object no matter what you choose. I'll keep my mouth shut and go along with it. So you'll help me? Yes. I gave Hiroko a grateful smile. She put her hand on her hip and let out a short sigh. 7:40 p.m. It's been 10 minutes since the leap window opened. In order to regain the time we'd lost, I had to configure the machine quickly. Hiroko and I put on our leap suits. All right, let's go. Is it going to be that we made a mistake or something? Whoops, we're in the whatever fucked up loop.
Oh.
All right, we've made it back to the school. Hiroko spoke in a clear, calm voice. Are you sure you're okay with this? I'm the type to adapt quickly. I don't want to waste time worrying unlike somebody I know. Now then, we're here to fix Takumi too, but where is he? I think I might know. Today is day 50, the day of the halfway to 100 party. So he's in the cafeteria with the others. Yeah, but we can't just walk in there dressed like this, can we? Okay, so this is where he walks off. Yeah, okay. So I have another idea. I see. They left the party poppers behind in the rec room. So Takumi too went there to collect them from the gift-o-matic. Yeah, if we wait here, we can rush him when he arrives. He's going to come up those stairs up to the 3rd floor. After a short wait, there he was, just as I predicted. The version of me in this timeline, Takumi too. Ugh. Takumi 2 took a solid punch to the gut from Hiroko and went down. He was already unconscious before he hit the floor. Hiroko and I brought him to the infirmary. I let Hiroko handle his treatment. But this doesn't work then, right? Because there's no branch here as far as we're aware. All right, his treatment is finished. All thanks to this. The cerebral glitch repair program. The McGee data in his brain is... Yes, it's been completely erased. That means I won't hurt anyone else in this timeline. But hold on. I'm super curious now. Because there's no branch, right? Oh, wait. Hold on. No, it wouldn't. They're firmly down the they're firmly down the dodge the attack route. Unless Takumi made a mistake. Wait. Did Takumi jump into the wrong timeline, maybe? Or maybe he didn't realize he jumped it. Oh, okay. All right, maybe I think I understand. Hold on a second. Which of these is the zombie route? Oh my god, it's... So, zombie route are the top ones. This would be a real crazy paradox if this were the case, though, right? Because... in the zombie route, the Gi haven't infested Takumi's brain at all yet. But in the... Wait a second. Hold on a second. Oh, right, because by leaving the school, we don't kill Gaku. So Gaku... Dude, this gets messy because... It's like, if you think of it this way, there are essentially more than 4, but we'll say like 4 critical timelines coming from killing Eito, right? The first one... of those 4, there are 2 paths down leaving the school, and 1 path I think Takumi has not been infested with Gi. And that would be specifically... Oh wait, no, there's more than 4. Jesus, because you have the fucking comedy route. I forgot about the comedy route, damn it. If we ignore the comedy route here for a second and just go down the slasher route, though, there are two timelines you could view it, or like 2 points where wait, but hold on. Where's the next branch? Day 43. There's the dodge the attack, and this becomes the zombie route. And if you jump out the window, that becomes the serial killer route. And notice, it's called slasher route. So I'm assuming Takumi jumped to this timeline. I don't know anymore. Indeed, he'll be back to the harmless, dim-witted Takumi Sumino we all know and love. Her insult didn't sting in the least. If anything, they were music to my ears. After that, Hiroko and I hauled Takumi 2's unconscious body to the metal shop and found a place to set him down. We were trying to be considerate when we chose that room. We thought it would be easier for everyone to find him somewhere close to the cafeteria where the party was being held. That was the end of our Takumi 2 problem. Hiroko and I quickly returned to the lab. Let's head back. Right. I smacked the red button and got onto the platform. Hiroko followed suit. Here we go. We were back in our original timeline. Immediately, I was overcome with intense palpitations. The world was spinning around me. I could hardly breathe. Oh, we had the wrong suit on. At first, I blamed the leap suit. I peeled it off, putting my hand on my chest and breathing deeply. There was no sign of the pain getting better. My heart raced, my head spun, and my lungs ached.
What's wrong, Takumi?
Just as Hiroko rushed to my side, I lost all strength and fell to the ground. Suddenly, she was holding me in her arms.
You're okay, Takumi. Stay with me.
I wanted to scream to her that I wasn't okay at all, but I couldn't make a sound. I couldn't breathe normally. All my air was gone, as if someone had sucked it out with a straw.
Don't tell me.
Still supporting me with one arm, Hiroko reached for the leap suit on the ground. It was the one I'd been wearing. She examined it closely. Before long, her eyes widened and she gasped.
A hole. There's a hole in it. But why? How? Nothing happened when we jumped into that timeline. Looking closely, it's starting to fray in a few spots. Did one of these spots get torn open? It doesn't matter what caused it. Takumi, this has to be...
Leap damage.
I squeezed the words out from my throat. Everything around me was getting hazy. The very next moment, my consciousness fell apart in 1,000 pieces, vanishing without a trace like dust in the wind. I awoke suddenly. My eyelids slowly opened, and I saw...
Hiroko?
I flew upright, shocked by the sound of her voice. Well, I tried to, but... I couldn't get my muscles to cooperate and unceremoniously rolled out of bed instead.
Are you all right?
With Hiroko's help, I managed to get to my feet. My legs trembled like a newborn fawn's. I have 4 questions. What? 4? So suddenly? Just answer me. What day is it today? She continued after a deep sigh. You're not going to like this. It's day 71. Day 71? Yes, you've been out cold for 20 days. Oh, wow, okay. Next question. Why did you just scream like that? Isn't it obvious? You suddenly woke up after 20 days. I was starting to think you might never open your eyes again. Sorry for making you worry. I wasn't worried. Besides, you should see how worried everyone else is. That's right. I need to tell them that you're awake. Hiroko was about to run for the door, but I was quick to stop her. Wait.
Huh?
I'm not done. I still have 2 questions left. What are they? What about our battles? The enemy must have attacked while I was out. They attacked all right on day 57 and 63, but as you can see, the school is still standing. We fought without you and won. Thanks. That's some good work. That hardly sounded sincere. Don't tell me you feel like you missed out, or do you not like that the team proved it could win without you? Hey, come on. Never mind that. What's your last question? Oh, well, this is a vague one, but did anything change while I was asleep? Change? No, nothing's changed. Did you find anything out, though? Any new information? Oh, I do have one thing. It's about the liver mortis codes. There's no point in collecting them. What? Why? Because the distress signal transmitter. The next moment, I was suddenly seized by a violent nausea. It surged up from deep inside of me and ripped along my throat. I couldn't hold back. I spewed liquid all over the place. It was sticky, shiny, fresh blood, the color of ripe cherries. Takumi, you... I'm fine, don't worry.
No.
Don't lie to me, you're clearly not okay at all. You haven't recovered from your leap damage. You need to rest more. I've rested plenty. I was asleep for 20 days. But Takumi... The nausea was gone, but my vision was still blurry. My pulse was racing, and with each throb, there was a stabbing pain in my head. Tomorrow is day 72. Another attack is coming, right? I can't leave it all to you. You're planning to fight? Like that? Yeah. Don't be absurd. You're in no condition to fight. But I have to. I have to protect everyone's happiness. Then sit down and behave. If you go out onto the battlefield now, you'll make them all miserable. I will? You really are slow, aren't you? If you fight now, if you go out on the battlefield, you're going to die. Do you hear me? You leapt twice with your skin exposed. Even though you were wearing a suit on day 50, it had a hole in it. You know what that means, right?
If you parallel leap 2, maybe 3 more times with exposed skin, your body will eject all of its cryptoglobin. That means no more revivals. You'll die, and you'll stay dead.
You said once or twice more, then I have 1 more time left at most. Takumi, I'm okay. Whatever happened just now is over. It's nothing to worry about. Kiriko shook her head, dumbfounded. You're not in your right mind, Takumi. Do you remember what I told you before?
Serious sleep damage can affect the brain and rob you of your memories and your ability to reason.
Are you saying I'm not being rational? That's exactly what I'm saying. If you go into battle like this, you'll only slow us down. You'd know that if you were thinking straight. You're also forgetting that your fate isn't yours alone.
In short, if all of the Special Defense Unit members in this timeline survive until 10 a.m. on day 100, the sum of all those lives will serve as a huge weight that can tear away the mighty spring that is the time loop.
We need all the Special Defense Unit members together until the final day. If we lose just one person, you and I won't be able to break free of this infinite loop. So please, stay here, rest. Do it for me. Hiroko had a point. Maybe I wasn't thinking rationally. The team had managed to win battles without me twice. They'd more than proven themselves. Maybe there was no sense in forcing myself to go. Arguably, it was part of my duty as captain to trust them. But even if things had worked out for them so far, there was no guarantee that would be the case in tomorrow's battle as well. If I stayed back and everyone got killed, I'd be overcome with immeasurable regret. What was the right choice? Should I go and fight or stay and let everyone else handle it? I agonized over the decision until finally I made my choice. Day 72 doesn't have a commander in it. Like, why are we fretting? It's just a bunch of babies. Fine, I won't go. You've made a wise decision. But it's not because I don't want to die. It's only because I don't want to get in your way. Plus, it's very likely that all the exertion of the battle would make this illness worse. And if I really do end up dying, we won't break free of the time loop. You're doing this for me too, aren't you? I nodded. Thank you. I'm glad you decided to be reasonable. Get some rest tomorrow. Please, I'm an expert in getting rest at this point. Hiroko smiled at my little joke before she left. It didn't take long for everyone else to show up to my room. It must have been a shock for them to see me awake after I'd been unconscious for so long. They cheered, they cried, they danced happy dances once all the emotions settled down. They carried me outside and tirelessly threw me into the air over and over again. What if we throw up more blood? Such a bunch of lovable idiots. Heat welled up in my chest. But it made me feel all the more frustrated. I want to be able to fight for them tomorrow. I want to be able to protect them. I'm supposed to be their captain, their leader. I couldn't help feeling overwhelmed with regret.
Good morning. Well, good evening. And welcome to day 73, actually.
I had absolutely no memory of the previous day. I wasn't even sure how or when I fell asleep the day before that. I asked Hideko what happened and she explained.
It's sleep damage again. If you take it easy for a while, the symptoms should subside.
How long is a while, exactly?
More than 2 or 3 days, I can tell you that much.
And yesterday's battle?
It was trivial. Nothing but cannon fodder.
Oh, I'm glad it went well.
You don't sound like you mean that. Are you upset?
A little. I feel like I got benched before the game even started.
Hideko's expression softened a little.
Can you stand?
Huh?
I'm asking if you're able to move.
Probably. If I try.
All right. Then come with me. I have something to discuss with you.
What? We went to the wrong timeline? Keep it down. What if everyone hears you? Wait a minute. So you're saying on day 50 we didn't go to the killer timeline, but the zombie timeline. Fuck. Oh, did I call it? Well, I didn't call it per se, but I was kind of like, wait a second. Okay, that's right. When did you realize? This afternoon, I went to inspect the PLM and noticed when I was checking the logs. Killer zombie timeline. That's why the zombie timeline Takumi was normal. He was cured on day 50 by us. So why didn't it end up becoming a killer in the zombie branch? Yes. How can you mess that up? Excuse me, have you forgotten? You're the one who set the machine that time. She's right. I was the one who decided we should go to the serial killer timeline, and I'd been responsible for setting up that machine. We were 10 minutes past the beginning of the leap window at the time. I configured the machine quickly to regain the time we lost. Clearly, I'd screwed up. It was a careless mistake that ended up putting us in the wrong timeline. You've got to be kidding me. If we call the serial killer Takumi 2, that means Takumi 2 still hasn't been cured. I'm afraid not. How are you so calm about this? I'm always calm. We continued our discussion as we changed locations. Hideko, what are the bloodscape waves going to surge next? Use the device and check for yourself. It's tonight, 12:05 a.m., just a little past midnight. Technically, that's tomorrow, day 74.
Hey!
I'm not arguing the details with you. So what do? We leap. Where? The serial killer timeline, obviously. Today is day 73. Takumi 2 has already killed 4 people. Ava, Moko, Takemaru, and Kulala. If we jump now and cure him, we can at least prevent him from committing further murders, right? We can build a new rail where Takumi 2 stops his crime spree. I messed up the settings, so I have to take some responsibility for what he did after day 50. It's only right I make up for that. I mean, we can't just let him run wild, can we? I understand where you're coming from. Unfortunately, there are 2 reasons we can't go and fix him tonight. 2 reasons. First, look at the device again. When does the leap window close? 12:35 a.m. Exactly, we'd only have 30 minutes. Even if we ran full speed from the lab to the school, that journey would eat up all our time. It's not possible to heal Takumi 2 and make it back. Then what if we just stay there? Have you lost your mind? We have no idea when the bloodscape waves will surge again. There's no telling when we'd be able to come back. And even if time wasn't an issue, we still wouldn't be able to fix Takumi 2. Too much time has passed since the Gi awakened. The Gi data will have already eroded every last nook and cranny of his brain. The program will no longer be enough to remove the glitch. This is why you need to give up on the idea of making him better. Is that clear? Takumi 2 can't be healed. He can't be healed. The words repeated in my mind like a haunting echo. Just then, somewhere in the maelstrom of thoughts came an idea. All this means is that I need to kill Takumi 2 myself. Well, I guess this is when that happens here. "12:05 a.m. I found myself in the lab alone. I wasn't sure how I got there. That reminds me of something Hideko said.
Serious sleep damage can affect the brain and rob you of your memories and your ability to reason.
Memory issues aside, my reasoning still seemed intact to me. I was being completely rational. If I let Takumi 2 continue to run loose, more of my friends would end up dead. If we can't cure him, I need to get rid of him. That was the rational conclusion I'd come to after calm and careful consideration. That's right, that's why I came here. To kill myself. Wow, I thought staying in bed was going to lead us down the more rational route and get us to that researcher in the other timeline. Because, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Time to head to the serial killer timeline. So maybe the Takumi and like that dies in that branch of the slasher route is this Takumi actually. 1:30 a.m. By the time I made it to the school, the leap window had long since closed. It looked like I'd be staying here for a while, but that didn't concern me in the moment. I was too focused on fulfilling my goal. I was still wearing my leap suit. The idea of killing myself while being recognizable made me uncomfortable. I wanted to consider Takumi 2's feelings too. He'd be able to rest easier thinking he was killed by a mysterious stranger rather than knowing he'd been killed by himself. Just then I realized I was holding something tightly in my hands. It was a power saw. I had no recollection of where it came from. Maybe I picked it up on the way here. Anyway, I'd better go look for Takumi 2. This was one of the first routes we went down, so I don't remember it too well. My consciousness was fading in and out again. Suddenly I was on a first-floor hallway. I didn't have to look far. Takumi 2 was right there in front of me. So was Nozomi too. Eek! Nozomi, run! This way! The moment they spotted me, their faces contorted in terror and they began to run. I couldn't let them get away. I hefted my power saw and gave chase. Oh, I guess I should maybe run? What if I take my time, you know? Good ending. They disappear anyways. So this was one instance. Is Yugamu dead at this point? I don't think he is, right? But that complicates this matter because we just assumed whenever Nozomi was, or not Nozomi, whenever Takumi was like getting chased by the suit, it was always Yugamu. But apparently it's not in this case. I'd have to look at the timelines again. Like, this route's kind of a freaking clusterfuck. In fact, I'm gonna take a look real quick. Here it is. So Yugamu's still alive. Okay. I finally cornered Takumi 2 at the top of the staircase. I was slowly closing the distance between us. I raised the power saw and then... I wasn't sure how, maybe he slipped, but Takumi 2 fell backwards, tumbling down the stairs. I quickly followed him down. And there he was, splayed out on the ground. His face was twisted in agony. He seemed barely conscious. He must have hit his head. Now's my chance. I can kill him right here. I ferociously rushed over to Takumi 2, holding the power saw high above my head. I just can't do it. Kill myself? How? How could I? How could I possibly do that to myself? I lost my strength, lowering the power saw. It slipped out of my hands and clattered to the floor. Suddenly, Takumi 2's eyes flew open. There was a sinister light in them. As soon as I saw it, I knew what it meant. It was the Gi. The Gi was awake. It really was inside Takumi 2's brain. In fact, Takumi 2 is no longer with us. It made more sense to call him Takumi G while the Gi had control of his body. The next moment, Takumi G swiftly scooped up the power saw from the floor. My back slashed, I fell to the floor. I could feel how horribly deep the wound was, but strangely it didn't hurt. Maybe my spinal cord had been severed, preventing the pain from reaching my brain. Soon after, Takumi G made a series of strange decisions. He removed my leap suit. Then he dressed me in a replica class armor made from the Gift-O-Matic. I wasn't sure what the purpose of that was. It just happened. Once I was in the class armor, he got into position beside me. Then, as if to further torment me, he mercilessly shredded my back with the power saw. When he was finally finished with his incomprehensible course of action, Takumi G was left with a satisfied grin on his face. All that remained was my body, dressed in class armor, or more accurately, my corpse. After all, I'd stopped breathing a long time ago. Yeah, okay. That was so far and like so long ago that we played that route. That does explain how Takumi gets murdered in that timeline. It's not actually Takumi 2 getting murdered, but instead it's specifically Takumi 1, quote unquote, SF Takumi, that gets killed. That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting approach. So I guess the rational decision, though, is to fight.
Huh?
Hiroko, I have to fight. Takumi, I'm telling you, I'm fine. I won't hold you guys back in the fight.
Hey!
But I can't just sit here and watch. I can't just sit around while everyone puts their lives on the line in battle. Please, hear me out. I really genuinely want to fight for all of us. Hiroko shut her eyes. After a heavy sigh, she spoke. Fine, if you insist, but if it gets too much for you, let me know immediately. A servant can't die before his master. That's an order, you hear me? Yeah, of course. Hiroko quietly took her leave after hearing my answer. It didn't take long for everyone else to show up in my room. It must have been a shock for everyone, blah, blah, blah. They cheered, they cried, then they tossed me up in the air, and Takumi started vomiting blood. As I flew through the air, I felt certain I'd made the right choice. I would fight to protect them. That was the right thing to do. It couldn't possibly be a mistake. At the same time, I was more sure than ever that I needed to stay alive until 10 a.m. on day 100. For all of us, for Hiroko, I have to keep everyone alive to the very end. I made a solemn vow in my heart as I flew in the air, coming just that small distance closer to the satellite. My head was fuzzy. Everyone was already gathered inside the war room. They were discussing all of the details of our upcoming defensive battles, but I could barely hear anything. It was like my head was submerged underwater. Takumi, are you okay? You seem a little out of it. Drool. Hey, are you listening? Oh yeah, I'm fine. You can't help it. He's still in recovery. He was asleep for 20 days with an unknown infection after all. Apparently that was the cover story Hiroko came up with. It was as good an explanation as any. She was in no position to start talking about leap damage after all. But can you fight like this, dude? Shouldn't you get some more rest? I said I'm fine. I won't get in the way. You have to believe me. I clenched my fists and pleaded immediately after the alarm sounded.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Unauthorized personnel detected on school grounds. Defense mode initiated. All available troops prepare for battle immediately.
Okay, guys, let's do this. Special Defense Unit, move out.
Not like this.
I don't want to go. I used to daughter. Not like that already.
Takumi, are you sure you're going to be all right?
Why do you ask?
You look like you're struggling with every step.
Struggling? No way. We're only fighting minions anyway. This is nothing.
Are you certain of that, Sir Takumi? You're absolutely pouring sweat. It doesn't look like it's nothing.
Drop it! I told you not to worry about me. Forget that and focus on the next wave. Here we go!
Help me!
Not like this!
Are you freaking kidding me? That's all there is?
There's no commander this time, so yes, that's it.
Ugh, what a letdown.
Like,
appetizers with no entree.
It was so easy that it makes me feel unsettled.
Maybe it was a harbinger of a future disaster?
You mean a death flag?
We still won. Isn't that what matters?
Yeah, I guess so. Well then, Takumi, go ahead and lead our chant.
Takumi?
Takumi, you don't look so good.
Hey, Takumi! What's the matter? Snap out of it!
Takumi!
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 A fine it's your now then.
Wait, what day is it? Huh. So this isn't the route either that we go and get the Omega material from shit. What route do we need to be in for that? Or go up into the mountains for one reason or another. I came to along with the morning announcement. I heard the date loud and clear. Day 98. It can't be. I murmured to myself and tried to get out of bed, but after being asleep for so long, I couldn't get my muscles to engage. I twisted around and rolled out of bed, steadying myself against my desk as I forced myself to my feet. I have to ask everyone what happened. They should be at breakfast right now. I stumbled out of my room, leaning against the walls as I made my way to the cafeteria. Is everyone alive? Are we missing someone? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 14 people here. When I arrived, everyone was there, just as I'd suspected, unless I just missed someone. They were frozen like statues, their jaws practically on the floor. Takumi. Wait, there was someone missing. It was Nozomi. I couldn't see her anywhere, but before I could ask, Gaku started talking. Hey, are you guys messing with me? Why is Takumi here? What do you mean, why? He must have come too.
Yeah, Takumi's awake!
You're back! Oh, yay, wahoo! Ah. Thunderous cheers echoed around me. Everyone gathered around. They hugged me and ruffled my hair, and they clamored with delight. Eventually, once their excitement had subsided a little, I fixed my hair and cleared my throat. Can I ask what happened over the last 25 days while I was asleep? Where to start? We took turns looking after you. What about the defensive battles? We had one on 87 and one on day 93. An elderly warrior named Dal Shah came both times, but we vanquished him. Oh, speaking of battles, Veshnes is coming tomorrow, but you don't need to fight. What? Of course I do. Just how clueless are you? You're in no shape to fight. That's right, Mr. Sumino. Take it easy and get some rest. If your leap damage gets worse, we'll all be in trouble. Huh? I couldn't believe my ears. How do you guys know about leap damage? I told them everything, even about the time loop. Why? Well, we grilled her about it. We asked you if you really had some kind of mystery infection. We were like, you need to tell us what really happened so we can find a way to cure him and save him together. Just like that. But
if you tell them the truth, we're guaranteed to have the worst possible outcome. I've lived through 146 loops, and there's never been a single exception.
Pardon a crap smear like me for opening his faded face hole, but shouldn't we be happy? Takumi's finally better. That's right, I'm so happy I could do a backflip. I've finished making the baby jar too. Now we just need Nozomi to wake up. I couldn't keep up with all this. Everything they said led to new questions. What's a baby jar and what happened to Nozomi? Yeah, about that. Everyone fell silent. Something must have happened. Something that was difficult to talk about. Hideko, why don't you tell him? We still haven't eaten breakfast, so... All right, Takumi, come with me. Hideko left the cafeteria. I hurried after her. Nozomi's dead. No, knocked out. Eventually, we reached our destination. Huh? What? What the hell is going on? Why is the escape pod all corroded? Can't you tell it's particle bacteria? But we sprayed QB liquid all over the school on day 42. Inside the school, yes, but we must have missed some affected areas. The bacteria found its way through the vents. We only found out 10 or so days ago. There wasn't any point in spraying it down with our remaining QB liquid. Even if we'd done that, there's no way we could have the pod repaired by day 100. But then, when the final attack launches on day 100... Don't worry, the attack's not going to launch. Why? We're going to stop it. How? We're going to take the baby out of the machine in the defense room. You can't do that. You'll kill him. Normally, you'd be right, but we have a baby jar. We can't just remove him without a plan. That's why Tsubasa made a baby jar. Here's a photo of it. Like she said, she just finished it, so the jar is still empty for now. We're going to put the baby in there as soon as we're finished with breakfast. Will he be able to survive in that thing? Yes, the jar has a life support system attached to it. So then the missiles won't be fully charged with his energy, which means we'll be able to stop the final attack. Oh, I guess I don't have anything to worry about after all. Nobody told you to worry in the first place. I can't say we're totally in the clear, though. Are you talking about Nozomi? Hideko nodded. What happened to her? I think showing you would be the best way to explain. Come with me. She's in her room. Cryptoglobin?
Nozomi?
Wait.
Why is she glimmering?
It was day 85. I brought everyone to the lab to tell them about parallel leaping. On the way back, a tiny meteorite came flying down from the sky.
What? What? What?
It exploded in midair, and these particles of light came raining down. Nozomi was completely covered in them.
What?
Thankfully, she doesn't seem to have any external wounds, but she lost consciousness immediately after it happened.
Okay, it's still SF route.
That brings us to what you see here.
Is her life in any danger?
No. She's just sleeping. Her breathing and pulse are normal. So, don't worry about that.
I stared hard at Nozomi. She was comatose, and yet for some reason it didn't make me feel anxious. Maybe it was because of the magnificent shine coming off of her body. To me, it looked something sacred that would only be granted to a chosen one.
Oh.
Now then, we've taken up a lot of time getting you up to speed. Everyone's waiting in the cafeteria. We need to head to the defensive room and put the baby in the jar, except the jar's gonna get stolen. What about breakfast? You're going to have to skip it. Are you insane? I've been asleep for 25 days. But you're still fine, aren't you? We were feeding you intravenously. Now that she mentioned it, I realized I didn't really feel hungry. Come on, let's go. True evil appears without warning. It was a realization I felt all too keenly. Back in the cafeteria, Hideko and I were greeted by a scene that was difficult to process.
How?
Wow! Wow! So this is... Okay. I didn't think it was going to be this fucked. Wow, Hideko did this in the other timeline. Holy shit.
This can't be.
The blood drained from my face. I went weak in the knees. I could hardly continue standing upright. What the hell happened here? I clutched my chest and tried to take deep breaths. Calm down, I told myself. I had to stop panicking and make sure I was really seeing what I thought I was seeing. Takimaru, Yugamu, Ima, Doremi, and Kyoshika, all 5 of them were lying limply in a sea of blood. There wasn't a hint of movement. It was clear they were already gone. But it wasn't just them. The other 8 were laid out on the floor around them. There was no sign of blood on them. Were they okay?
Snap out of it, Takumi. We need to get them to the infirmary.
Right. Got it.
No sooner than I took a step forward.
It's you.
The key infected Kako. It's Kako.
Jesus! She's jumping around all over the place, fucking killing everybody!
What a terrible nickname! Could you please not call me that? Anyway, you know me? You must have been to that timeline then. Have you been following me? Not that it matters now.
Kakuji continued speaking as she swung around her survival knife.
What a shame. I was about to kill the rest of them too. You just had to show up and ruin it.
You must be the one who ran away from the mystery timeline.
Mystery timeline? I'm not familiar with that name, but you're probably right. Except I didn't run away. I just got bored and went somewhere else. By the way, I made sure to slaughter every last one of them in that timeline.
Why would you do that?
Did I never tell you? Deep inside me, there's an unstoppable urge to kill other animals. It's part of my reproductive instincts. I was born that way. For me, killing feels like what your species does in bed. But if you ask me, the things you do there are far more grotesque and repulsive. Oh, look. They've started to come around while we were talking.
What did you do to them?
Nothing too serious. I just put some sleeping pills in the water cooler.
And then everybody drank the water and fell unconscious.
Exactly. Anyway, it'll be a problem for me if they wake up. The odds of a 10-on-1 fight aren't in my favor. This doesn't mean you've won, though. I just don't want to harm this vessel. I've had her for more than 75 days now. I've become quite attached. I really must be going now. See you around.
I was about to protest when Kakuji ran out of the cafeteria at unbelievable speed. Okay, I feel bad for suspecting that it was Hiruko. But this is also why Hiruko goes into this timeline to steal the baby jars, because this timeline's already completely fucked.
Duh! We have to chase her down!
Wait, Takumi. We need to do something about our friends first.
Damn! You're right!
Hiruko and I examined the bodies of the first 5. They'd bled out, having lost all of their cryptoglobin. We couldn't revive them. The strength left our bodies, and we collapsed to the ground. It wasn't long after that the rest of the unit came to. They were all horrified to see the carnage before them. Kako was particularly distraught. She clung to Ima's corpse and held it tightly. She wailed like an animal, shaking her head and heaving heavy sobs. Even now, the shock still colored their faces. Hoping to calm everyone down a little, Hiruko and I brought them to the gym. I see, sleeping pills in the water cooler. We drank it and it knocked us out. My head is still fuzzy and my vision is all blurry too. I can barely stand up. But who would do this? Let me make one thing clear. The culprit is not one of us. It's some kind of creature that came from another timeline. Creature? Yes, a Gi. Hiruko was probably trying to spare everyone by leaving out that it was possessing a version of Kako. If our Kakura would have found out, she'd probably be beside herself with grief and guilt.
Hey!
Hiruko and I will go after it. You guys wait here. No, I'm going to. Kako, I understand how you feel. No. I'm going to kill that thing. After screaming at the top of her lungs, Kako lurched forward. The effects of the medicine haven't worn off yet. You can't run like this. How can you say that? You were the one in a coma for days. Yeah, but I feel fine now.
No.
Enough of this, Takumi. We need to go. Everybody, take care of Kako. Got it. Why? I want to go too. I want to go. Let me go. Kako was having a complete meltdown. Tears streaming down her face, everyone frantically tried to hold her back. Thanks, guys. That was all I could say before Hiroko and I ran out of the gym. We were unsure if Kakuji was still on the premises, but we still searched around the school just to be sure. When we reached the war room...
Sirei and Nico too.
No! Hiroko rushed over to them. After a short inspection, she turned to me, her face ashen.
They're completely destroyed. Totally beyond repair. It's possible she hasn't given up on trying to kill us all.
So, maybe...
We looked at each other as realization dawned.
This is bad!
Nozomi's in trouble!
We bolted out of there, making our way to Nozomi's room on the rooftop. We burst into her room and looked at the bed. Impossible. She's gone. No. We returned to the rooftop and looked around. Just then, we heard the sound of a propeller turning. It's coming from the schoolyard. A propeller? I ran to the fence. I grabbed onto it and looked down to see a fire extinguisher drone hovering off in the distance. Sure enough, under the drone was... It's Kakuji and she's holding someone. It's Nozomi. Kakuji cut through the wall of fire with the drone and ran along the path it cleared for her. Hiroko, let's go. Right. We rushed to the city ruins. There was no sign of Kakuji. Where did she go? Could she be going to the lab?
Hey!
When's the next sleep window? Tonight, starting at 9:20 p.m. Then what would be the point of taking her there? Why would she even want to take Nozomi to another timeline? How should I know? I don't even know why she took Nozomi in the first place. Anyway, the lab's the only place that makes sense, so I know. Let's go. We ran for the lab. After 5 minutes of sprinting, Hiroko suddenly stopped. Look, there. She was pointing down an alleyway. I could see something stirring there. It was Kakuji, but she had already spotted us. She jumped high in the air and vanished, with Nozomi in her arms all the while. Damn it. We were so close. We stared in the direction of Kakuji, in the direction Kakuji had fled. That's not where the lab is it? No, it's the complete opposite direction. So she's not trying to go there. I don't know, she might just be trying to misdirect us. Then I'll look in the direction she went and you can search. Have you forgotten how incredibly strong Kakuji is? We can't risk facing her alone, it's too dangerous. She had a point. I didn't care what happened to me, but I couldn't let any danger come to Hiroko. Then we'll have to look together. I agree, let's search any place she might have wanted to go. But in the end... we couldn't find any sign of Kakuji anywhere. And as we were searching, the sky grew dimmer. Night fell. Clinging to our last hope, we ventured into the mountains to the northeast. We kept walking for some time until we approached the summit where we finally spotted a wriggling shadow. Kakuji, we'd found her, but she'd found us too.
Wow, not bad. You figured out I was here.
What can I say? Vermin has a very distinctive smell.
Are you talking about me? I'd say your kind are the real vermin here.
What do you mean by that?
I wonder...
Just tell us what you want. Why did you take Nozomi?
When I was on the roof, I saw a light coming out from under her door. I went inside to investigate and saw her in bed. I knew it the moment I laid eyes on her. She's a variant.
A variant?
When a certain species is exposed to a special kind of light called a treem ray, their body's composition morphs them into something called a variant. I'll spare you the details, as I doubt you could understand. But Variants are a rare delicacy for my kind. I must return to my native planet and offer up her body to them. That's why I'm looking for a craft to take me back. Specifically, our own craft, which is capable of warp travel.
I asked Kakoji if that meant there was a craft nearby. She replied readily enough.
There should be, but that doesn't appear to be the case in this timeline. Our spacecrafts can travel through blood space, so it may have ended up in another timeline instead.
My thoughts were interrupted before I could ask any more questions. I was suddenly overcome by a violent fit. It must be the leap damage acting up. The world swayed in front of me. My legs went weak and I fell to my knees.
Are you all right, Takumi?
Kakoji saw her opportunity and took it. With a smirk, she held Nozomi close and launched herself into the air, vanishing into the darkness. Shortly after my fit subsided, I got back on my unsteady feet. I knew your leap damage wasn't healed yet. No, it's because I didn't eat. I'm out of stamina. Don't lie to me. Let's just go. Go where?
Huh?
Who's the dimwit now? Kakoji practically spelled it out for us. What did she say just now? Her spacecraft might have ended up in another timeline. She really is going to the lab this time. I nodded and took off running. Hiruko was right behind me. We hurtled down the mountains and raced between the buildings in the city. We made it. What time is it? 9:35 p.m. The leap window opened at 9:20 p.m. That was 15 minutes ago. Then stop yapping and move. Okay, here goes. We raced into the lab. There we saw someone in a leap suit on the circular platform next to the machine. It had to be Kakoji. In her arms was another suit-clad figure, Nozomi obviously. Light particles started to fill the air before our eyes. They were going to leap any second.
We can't let them escape!
A memory from the mystery timeline came flooding back to me. Nozomi defended me. She sacrificed her own life. I didn't want it to happen again. I couldn't lose her. I promised her. I promised. I had to protect her no matter what. I hunched over, about to leap toward Kakoji, but then Hiruko yelled at me.
Takumi, no! You can't! You need a suit! If you go again unprotected, you won't make it! You'll die!
After hearing Hiruko's plea, I knew what I had to do. Suddenly I froze up. I stopped in place. Was it because I didn't want to die? Because I valued my life too much? Nozomi had thrown aside her own precious life to save me, and yet, despite everything, I couldn't get my legs to move. Meh. Who cares about her? This timeline's fucked. When I snapped back to reality, the two of them had already disappeared. Particles of light flickered in the air. They jumped to another timeline. Takumi, snap out of it and chase after Kakoji. I figured out where they're headed from the log. The machine's all set to go. Are you listening? Right. Hiruko and I put on our leap suits. Kakoji. We jumped timelines to go after Kakoji. and we resumed our search for her. But she was nowhere to be found in the city ruins. We turned our attention to the mountains to the northeast. Kakoji had likely gone there in search of her spacecraft. Unfortunately, though, Takumi, I'm sorry, but this is it. We can't go any further. Are you crazy? Kakoji's got to be in those mountains. We need to keep going. The time limit is getting closer. This is as far as we can go if we're going to make it back to the lab in time. No. We're not giving up on Nozomi. We will find her eventually. I'm sure of it. But now's not the time. There's nothing more we can do. We can't leave the others to fight Veshnes without us tomorrow. I thought you weren't going to let me fight. I wasn't, but I'm staying here. What? I'm staying in this timeline to find Kakoji and Nozomi too. Don't be ridiculous.
Hey!
Just go back without me. I'll keep looking on my own. I can't abandon Nozomi. I'll do whatever it takes to save her. Takumi. Good luck with the battle tomorrow. I know you'll do fine. With that, I started to run off to the northeastern mountains.
Wait! Takumi! Takumi! Takumi!
I heard Hiroko yell my name over and over again, but I just kept running and never once glancing back. Sometime after that, I arrived in the mountains. It was eerily still and silent all around me, without so much as the rustling of leaves to be heard. I clawed my way through the bushes, climbed up cliff sides, and crawled along the ground in search of Kakoji and Nozomi. But I couldn't find them. I couldn't find anything, not even a clue leading me in the right direction. At last, it was day 100, 10 a.m. And then... my consciousness was rendered to ash, vanishing without a trace. All that remained was regret, lingering like an eternal grudge. The coward's final days. Even the game's calling me a coward now. Kagome! I didn't hesitate or delay for a single second. My body moved before my mind did. I found myself laid out on the ground. Kakoji must have knocked me away after we jumped timelines. She wasn't in front of me anymore. I got up and whirled around to see her disappearing toward the exit, Nozomi still in her arms. Damn it, I need to chase her down. No sooner than I took a step forward. An intense pain ripped through my spinal cord. My head spun, my stomach turned, and my body went numb and unresponsive. But I couldn't let Kakoji get away. Staggering on my feet, I ran out of the lab. I found Kakoji right away. She was running full tilt toward the end of the street. You won't get away from me. My steps sprung off the ground as I swiftly started to chase after Kakoji. Maybe it was the adrenaline, but the pain in my body was fading. I could do this. I could catch her. I was gradually closing the distance between us as I ran. Just a little more. I can almost reach out and touch her. I'm not letting her get away. I felt like if I lost her now, it would all be over. I'd never find her again. My body was almost reaching its limit. The pain was coming back. Every cell in my body was screaming for oxygen, but I couldn't stop. I summoned all my remaining strength. I viciously lunged for Kakoji's back, or tried to anyway. However, I fell. Kakoji threw Nozomi down, ground to a halt, and turned around.
Fool.
Huh?
And then I was still running when her fist smashed into my gut. It was one hell of a powerful counter. I flew through the air, twirling like a baton before landing hard on the ground. Kakoji was quick to follow. She kicked me over and over as she spoke.
You are an imbecile! Do you really not understand why I ran? If I stayed in the lab, I knew she'd come, and that she'd get in my way. I needed you to be alone, so I could torment you. That's why I led you here.
Intense pain jolted through my body every time her foot connected with me. I couldn't tell if the pain was from her kicks or from my leap damage. But as I took kick after kick, I eventually stopped feeling anything. It was like my body was made of rubber. My consciousness soon detached itself as well. In the end, I couldn't even tell who she was stomping anymore. Time continued to pass.
I feel better now. And you shouldn't have an unbroken bone left in you.
Kakoji spoke and turned away. As she started to walk away, I saw Nozomi on the ground ahead of her.
Nozomi!
I murmured her name as I stared out at her. More memories of the mystery timeline came flooding back. I hadn't been able to protect her then. She was the one who protected me. She died defending me. She was smashed to pieces. I thought blown to pieces would be better. But the Takumi of this timeline is different. I'll do anything, even if it destroys me. I'll give my life to defend Nozomi. I will save her.
But how? How could such an ugly species manage to?
Kakoji fell to the ground. I quickly took off her helmet and put my hand on her neck. She still had a pulse. She was breathing normally. She was just unconscious. I ran over to Nozomi. Just like I'd done with Kakoji, I removed her helmet to check her. She was fine, still asleep, but she would survive. It was just then that I heard footsteps. Running over to me was...
Huh?
Hiruko.
Oh.
Still alive, I see. Yeah, both of them.
Oh.
I meant you. You've leapt 3 times now without protection. You could have died instantly.
Huh?
Sorry. Hiruko sighed and pulled something out of her jacket. What is that?
Oh.
A beam gun that generates a special electromagnetic pulse. I borrowed it from Tsubasa. I never go anywhere without it. The electromagnetic pulse is harmless to the human body, but it can damage really small creatures if you crank the output high enough. What? Just watch. Hideko made her way to Kakoji, laid out on the ground. She stood beside her, put the muzzle to her temple, and pulled the trigger. Immediately after, I was confronted by a grotesque sight. A horrible, squirming creature began to wriggle out of Kakoji's mouth. I'd seen one before. I could never forget. It was a Gi Queen. To be more precise, it's a female spawner. In the zombie timeline, it was known as Alpha 1. Well, this one is originally from the Box of Calamity timeline, so technically it's not that Alpha 1. Thank goodness. So Kakoji's back to being regular Kako now, right? Yes, we should be calling her Kako 3 instead. She's a denizen of the Box of Calamity branch, after all. But will her brain be okay? I just examined her, and her vital signs don't show any abnormalities. We don't have to worry about her dying. But she's losing a lot of blood from that wound on her back, so we should treat the wound quickly. My heart clenched. It wasn't Kakoji who was laid on the ground. It was Kako. Even if my back had been up against the wall, I felt guilty for hurting her. By the way, what should we do about this thing? I followed Hideko's gaze. She was using the heel of her shoe to pin down the Gi Queen wriggling on the ground. Isn't it obvious? So many of my friends had been killed by that monster. I didn't even have to think about what we needed to do. I lifted my foot, finally ready to exact my revenge. I used all my might to crush the disgusting little creature. Gi. The Gi let out a grating shriek, writhed in pain for a few seconds, then went still. Now then, let's get out of here. I'll take Kako 3 so you can take Nozo. What is it? Everything was over. I'd finally been able to kill the horrible Gi. I guess I was relieved. I felt completely exhausted. Suddenly, the leap damage-induced fit I'd been holding back this whole time hit me like a raging torrent. All at once, I lost consciousness. When I came to, I saw her sitting there as always.
If I got paid for every time I had to carry you, I could afford a beautiful mansion in an upscale neighborhood by now.
Sorry for all the trouble.
Don't worry about it. You can lick my boots clean again to apologize.
I don't remember ever doing that.
Really? Huh. I must have my timelines confused.
I tried to smile, but I couldn't. Not even my cheek muscles would move. Intuitively, I knew I didn't have long. The damage had begun to consume my entire body, killing my cells.
I told everyone you took care of the Gi. They were all very grateful. They cried and thanked you for avenging everyone it killed.
A touch of warmth returned to my cold body.
What about Nozomi?
She's still sleeping. Awaiting a kiss from a prince, I suppose.
She's safe, even if she's not awake. I felt myself growing warmer still.
And Kako 3. What's wrong?
I doubt you'll believe me, but someone showed up and stitched up the wound in Kako 3's back.
Someone? Who?
A woman in a white coat.
What?
When she was done treating Kako's injury, she carried her off and disappeared. She got on board some strange silver vehicle.
I didn't understand. Was that because of the leap damage? Are my brain cells so broken that I'm starting to hear things?
Anyway, she seemed like a good person, so I don't think we have to worry about Kako 3.
Wait, but...
The alarm sounded immediately after I spoke.
Intruder alert, defense mode.
Looks like Veshnes is here. Well, we need to go to the war room. Wait, why are you getting up? Do I really need to explain? Of course you do. Exactly what is it you think you're doing? I'm going to fight. Don't be ridiculous. Fighting in your condition would be suicide. I know it. The leap damage has impaired your ability to reason. I'm completely rational. I want to fight for my friends. I didn't die last time, did I? Your symptoms have gotten far worse since then. You've leapt 3 times without a suit. The next time you do it, you will die. Are you okay with that? I didn't have time to worry about it. The enemy was already beginning their attack. I need to decide quickly, and my decision is... Wow, there's another decision here. Jesus. These decisions don't really matter so much. I feel like we already know what's happening here. Whatever, let's choose the reckless one. That seems to be the right choice on this route. We hear about this person again, like the same person that gives us the Omega materials, I'm guessing. Hiroko, they already died. What? 5 of our friends already died. So we can't break free of the curse cycle this time. Yeah, so the outcome is the same either way. Whether I live or die, we're going to be right back where we started. So if nothing else, I want to choose a path that doesn't leave me with regrets. I want to fight for everyone in this timeline and end this. Hearing my insistence, Hiroko replied, "You really are stupid beyond any hope of redemption." She nodded quietly, her eyes welling up. You're so freaking late. What were you even... Wait, Takumi! Are you okay? Yeah, I found a miracle medicine. As you can see, I'm back and better than ever. I lied without hesitation. There was no time to try to persuade everyone. Takumi, thank you. Huh? You avenged my dear brother, didn't you? I guess. Are you okay, Kako? Not at all, but I'm going to fight with everything I have. For brother dearest. Right. I nodded firmly before turning to everyone else. Okay then, here we go. Special Defense Unit, we move out for the final time.
There's so many of them. Just what you'd expect to see in a final battle.
And according to Hiroko, Veshness won't be showing up right away. Is that right?
Yes. As you can see, it's all of her minions. We need to deal with them first.
Then let's get to killing!
Right. Let the battle commence.
That's the cannon fodder dealt with.
Which means it won't be long.
Yeah, she's coming. Stay strong, everyone.
Just as we predicted, Veshness arrived, calmly approaching from the distance. I could hear everyone's breath hitch. Tension filled the air. At last, Veshness stood in place. She stared right at me as she spoke.
You're still...
Whoops. You're still alive? I didn't see you last time. I thought you were done for. I still have got life in me. Blah, blah, blah.
I've no need. I will live for another 1,000 years, after all.
Oh, like another 1,000 seconds? I only give her 100.
Unfortunately for you, in 100 seconds, I'll be the only one left standing. How about you? Wicked invaders! Show your ways before your new god!
Everyone, careful! She's going to use an undying flame attack soon.
Got it! Understood.
Just watching people die is hilarious. Oh, whoops. Hilarious from the standpoint of we always see it happen.
You certainly are tenacious. But your tenacity ends here. Prepare to taste my true power!
Ugh, such corny villain dialogue. It makes me wonder why you didn't just show your true power in the first place.
Isn't that obvious? I'd like to enjoy the sight of you hideous worms writhing in pain as long as I possibly can.
Shut the hell up, you hag. Go burn ants with a magnifying glass if you want to be a sadistic bitch.
Ava, you...
Takumi, are you okay? Yeah. Just so excited to fight after so long. Making it hard to breathe.
Are you sure?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Takumi.
Veshness, your wish is my command. So take a good long look. You can see all of the agony you want when you're down there in hell. Burning up with all the other psychopaths.
Hell? The only one going there today will be you!
Is that a challenge?
Bring it on!
Okay, everybody. Here we go.
Everybody! This is our final battle! Give it everything you've got and take her down!
Bow down!
Hello. It's been a while. Shion! I couldn't stand to sit around and watch. So here I am. Zure and Nigo are gone now anyway. But why? I wanted to offer some support. I thought my power might be useful.
Thank you, Shion. But don't completely burn up your strength. You did that in another timeline, and...
I understand. I'll figure something out. More importantly, what about the poison trap?
It's complete. Kurara is in charge of setting it.
Wait, what trap?
There's no time to explain.
Let's do this. When I attack, Veshness will be temporarily immobilized. Use that opportunity to set the trap. Okay. I'm still kind of confused, but we've got this. Shion gave us this opportunity. We can't waste it.
Veshness is definitely weakened. We won't get a better chance than this.
Okay, I can do this! I will do this!
Your pathetic attacks are nothing. I will kill you and become God! I'm not going to let myself die here! I refuse! I refuse! Someone as great as I can never be defeated!
That cutscene has never changed, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, we killed that freaking hag. Veshnes is dead. Eat shit, you stupid bitch. We won. Yeah. It's all thanks to everybody's hard work. I wonder what our friends are thinking up there in heaven. I bet they're so happy. Wow, brother dearest. It's over. It's all over. I don't know if this was the right decision, but if nothing else, I have no regrets. I did everything I could. I used up every bit of strength in my body until nothing was left. My heart felt clear and free, like a blue sky unburdened by so much as a single cloud. Yeah, this was the right choice. I whispered that assurance to myself. Absolutely. Hiroko heard me and responded. And then... a massive quantity of cryptoglobin spewed out from my mouth. It was like a waterfall or even a geyser. It spurted out in gobs as if it were a fountain's pulsing sobs pooling around my feet.
Takumi! Mr. Samino! Oh, Takumi!
Everyone began to call my name. The shouts turned to shrieks, then eventually morphed again into sobs. Before long, I couldn't hear anything. Silence. Total stillness. But I felt a gentle warmth too, as if someone was were holding me to their chest. It was so comfortable. I wanted to stay there forever. I could smell lavender. Always and eternally. But my hope was in vain. The warmth soon disappeared. My consciousness had vanished. The last thing I remember wasn't a color or a sound. It was a scent. The sweet, soft scent of lavender. Gobu. Dead Gobu. Gobu! Gobu. I wonder if they just win without him. Nah, he went full deep South America, like deep South U.S. on that pronunciation there. He was like lavender. Durr.
Huh?
You're right. Maybe I should stay put. I knew you'd come to your senses, but it's not because I'm afraid to die. I just don't want to get in your way out there. Everybody would be worried about me and try to protect me. They wouldn't be able to fully focus on the fight, so in the end, I'd only be holding them back. In short, you're making this choice with everyone's best interest in mind. Yeah, good. You've made the right choice. I give you 100 points for leadership. Sorry, I can't be of any help. And now you've lost all your points. The captain is meant to boost the morale of his fighters, you know? You're not wrong. Okay, then. You've got this, Hiroko. I know you'll win. Know your place, servant. What? Anyway, I need to get going. Hiroko ran her fingers through her hair with a smirk before rushing out of my room. I'll speculate a little bit about what that last ending means here in a second, but immediately I was overcome by a fit I'd been trying to hold back. I'd been hoping to at least watch over everyone from the roof as they fought this final battle, but it looked like that wasn't going to happen. I lost all strength and collapsed on the spot. I didn't have enough energy to claw my way to bed. Soon a piercing pain stripped me of my consciousness. It was early in the morning before the usual announcement could play. I was standing on the roof. Hiroko was in front of me. You really are resilient, Takumi. You can barely keep yourself upright, can you? There was no sense in trying to act tough. I nodded sincerely. My life would be over soon. The weakening of my pulse made that very clear. You're not going to ask about yesterday's battle? You're standing here, aren't you? Besides, I'm... Right. Thank you. I appreciate everything you've done. You don't need to thank me. Is everyone else sleeping it off? No, they're all in the cafeteria. Really, this early? We ran into some trouble. They're discussing it now. What kind of trouble? Hiroko hesitated for a moment. There's no point in keeping secrets, I suppose. The baby jar, somehow it suddenly disappeared. Huh?
Oh.
We noticed after the battle. I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but I think it's likely somebody stole it. Somebody? Who? Kakoji? No, I doubt it. She didn't have it on her. Then who? Hiroko seemed to have an inkling. I had a faint recollection of something in the corner of my mind, too. But I couldn't quite make it out. It was hard for me to tug on the threads of my memories. More than half my brain cells were already dead after all. Needless to say, the baby wasn't in the jar. We were going to put him in after breakfast 2 days ago, but after what happened to the others, we didn't have the time or the capacity. Then the missiles in the final attack. Yes, they've already charged with energy. The escape pod was in ruins. There was no way we'd be able to fly it into space. Which meant at 10 a.m. we'd all... No. No way.
Takumi, you can't go on much longer. It's okay. You don't have to say anything. I don't want to cause you any more pain. I do have one bit of good news. Nozomi's awake.
Really?
Yes, and she's doing fine. So don't worry. For some reason, that strange light of hers vanished when she regained consciousness.
That's good to hear. She's awake. She's okay.
I'd managed to save Nozomi in this timeline. And I avenged the mystery timeline's Nozomi too. But even though I saved her, she'd be gone soon. So would everyone else. Burned by the flames of the final attack, instantly wiped out. Just then, something sparked in my mind. A nearly vanished fragment of my memory suddenly turned vivid again. Summoning what little strength I had left, I asked Hiroko a question.
Hey, Hiroko? When's the next time we can leap?
Leap?
Yeah.
Why do you want to know?
Just tell me.
The window's already open. It'll last another 3 hours.
I see.
Pain ripped through my body. I somehow managed to string my words together as I wrote it out.
Hiroko, listen closely. Jump to the mystery timeline.
What?
The attack won't launch there. We can save everybody.
Hiroko's face reddened slightly, but it soon faded, her brow furrowing as she bit her lip. I knew what the change in expression meant. We could save everyone if we jumped to the mystery timeline, but Hiroko and I...
In short, if all of the Special Defense Unit members in this timeline survive until 10 a.m. on day 100, the sum of all those lives will serve as a huge weight that can tear away the mighty spring that is the time loop.
We'd have to do it all over again.
Yeah. But that's not so bad. Doing it again. Spending another 99 days. Together. With you.
Takumi.
Very romantic, just vomit blood all over her.
Oh, Takumi. Takumi.
Yeah, it's legitimately that. The reason why you have it right, Bob. The reason why the missiles don't fire on the mystery timeline is because they straight up steal the jar on day 97 or 98 or whatever from this timeline. So, and then they put the baby in, and because the baby wasn't amplified by shonen powers, the baby wasn't amplified by the power of friendship. It hadn't stored up enough power by then.
Ugh.
Hideko, let me get this straight. We'll really be saved if we go to this mystery timeline you're talking about? You really are dense. How many times do I have to tell you? The final attack won't launch there, huh? You aren't telling us why that is, though. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I don't know about this. By the way, where's Takumi? He's already there. Huh? Why? He had to take care of something there. We don't have time. I'll explain everything later. All right, let's get going. Yes, very well. I put on my leap suit. Of course, I made sure to check it for holes first. I guided everyone on the platform, and then... Here we go. Phew, here we are at Last Defense Academy. But is this really that mystery timeline or whatever? It looks exactly like our school. Everyone was looking around curiously. I took the opportunity to break away from the group. I hid in the shade of a tree and observed them shortly after. No.
You're kidding.
How?
Why?
It's not possible.
I thought they were dead.
How are you here?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
I mean, this is
A miracle! It's a miracle, everybody!
All of us are alive.
That's right. We're alive.
brother dearest.
Sister dearest.
Brother dearest.
Sister dearest!
Ima and Kako ran to each other, flying into each other's arms, and after that...
Nozomi? Nozomi!
Takumi 7 ran to Nozomi and held her tight. Everybody crowded together, hugging each other, patting each other on the back, pressing their cheeks together. I heard their cries of delight loud and clear, even some sobs. I watched it all, and then I quietly took my leave. I have a feeling we're going to meet with Hideko here. Hideko 7, maybe? No, guess not. Takumi. I'm back. I picked up Takumi's body and quietly whispered to
The
him.
next loop will be number 147. I don't know if it will be the last, but I'll never forget what happened here. I'll remember. Always and forever. One day, we'll get out of here. We'll leave this infinite loop together. I know we'll make it. If anyone can, it's us. You said so yourself. If you keep believing in something for long enough, you can make it happen. You can overcome any obstacle in your way. So, I'll continue to believe. One day, we'll wake up on day 101.
I should mention the suspicion I have here and why I'm not going to do this route for a while is I think it's going to have a better payoff once we figure out where this person in the silver ship is, who this person is. And I don't know if I'm already... I don't know if I'm giving enough information as to what my theory is, but I'm... I have a feeling that that this older lady who seems nice enough or whatever is somehow a Hiroko that has like broken the cycle on her own, but like has free range of teleportation. The two items that could lead us to that possibility are specifically number one, the Gi ship supposedly can freely travel or whatever the heck, right? Between timelines. And number two, in I believe it was the end of or near the end of the mystery timeline, Kakoji says something along the lines of like the machine's now been unlocked. And then in a different timeline, there's the memory card that allows for the traveling of both horizontal or like what was it? The memory card gave them the ability to move both vertically and horizontally. Excuse me. But where is another branch? They all happen after that. Whichever one it is, like they're working on the baby jar at some point after day 90, or maybe it's before. No. I think they start before. Or no. I think they fight Dalshaw for the first time, so they start working on the bombs, and then on one of these days they get the memory card and the Omega material on 88, 89, I guess. But the memory card plays absolutely no role into this scenario, except for potentially this route. And so I think, I don't know, my harebrained theory is that I think Hiroko is the person. I think Hiroko's like fate is kind of fucked up, or like, I don't know, you could say time paradoxy, but I think Hiroko has to set up all of these different things to make the break from the loop free or happen. I don't know. Is there any DLC in this game? Dude, I have no idea. There's the Hiroko DLC that it 1 second. Let me take a look. There's not. There's like an additional extra chapter, but I think it's like more of a prequel thing. This is actually kind of crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think this game happens to follow like my very specific niche super hard, but I don't think this game deserves a 10. You know what I mean? Jesus fuck, man. I think if you I don't know. We'll probably start filtering down the amount we play this game though, because I think man, moving this with the mouse is so much nicer, for the record. I think we're nearing the end of our time with this game. Maybe what I want to do is maybe I need to look up and if there's a way to figure out what routes I want to tackle. I guess I still want to see what happens with what's her face. What's the other ending in the SF route? This is the one I'm holding off on. This is the one where you leave Or I'm assuming you end up leaving Hiroko, yeah, on like behind. You're trying to go for the escape pod and she ends up like convincing you to leave. Because you don't have the power of friendship. You don't have the power of playing fireman with a water bucket. That's apparently the idea here. I mean, I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if there is going to be like some post day 100 chapter. Here are my like finishing thoughts for the stream. So okay. We figured this out, and we have firm confirmation that the Kakoji timeline or time jumps and stuff are done. We still probably think that's correct. Yeah, we chose the basement ending, and what ends up happening, Tenkai, is when we choose the basement ending, we go down there with the intention that both Hiroko and Takumi are going to blow themselves up once the escape pod gets far enough away. But before they can do that, everyone comes back down and they're like, "Hey, don't worry. We figured out how to launch the thing manually, or we can do it because it was already fixed or something, blah, blah, blah," right? So since it's like the repaired, replaced escape pod. So Tsubasa, or the idea is that they can all just leave and use Shion to remote detonate the bomb that would destroy the missiles. My biggest concerns that feel like they're gonna okay, for the record, ending 55 is the most like satisfying golden ending, if you will. And then ending 1 is like ending 1 is the ending that, like, if you really don't want to go crazy with the game, like you just look up a guide and get that ending and call it good. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. They blow up the school to destroy the missiles, basically. But my issue with ending 55, my ending with 55 specifically is geared towards the existence of ending 100. Yeah, ending 100 is indeed a prerequisite to get ending 55, but they both offer cases or scenarios where there are 17 survivors. So that I feel like the problem or potential problem, and why I think there might still be more to this game, is ending 55 and ending 100 both fulfill the break of the curse. The supposed break of the curse. But also, if fuck, I don't remember what route it was, but when we get more information about the cursed cycle, if I'm not mistaken, like the story we get is this elaborate freaking it's this story that sounds like it's about other people, but it sounds a lot, or I mean, like the person that frames the story, whether it's in the book or if it's the old man, I don't remember exactly, but the way the story is framed or the legend is framed is that the first time this time loop sort of thing, the cursed cycle, happened was because the chosen one, i.e. like the second coming, but the first coming, I guess, quote unquote, the first coming, the original baby, I don't know. The issue is that the original baby was cloned, or something like that, right? Like I'm definitely not saying this verbatim, but the specific reason that the original curse cycle, which is why we know about it from various sources and characters, the original cursed cycle came about because they were cloning people with cryptoglobin, I think was the whole idea, or cloning the baby, whatever the first baby was, the first coming, the god something, right? And so that caused the cursed loop to happen. So part of me also considers that ending 1 in some way might also be a viable way to break the cycle, because all cryptoglobin users at that point are just fucking dead. So if every cryptoglobin user is dead, is there access to the bloodwave space and to like the different timelines at that point? Do they even exist? Like we really don't know enough about the PLM machine, and if the PLM machine and blood space waves, or whatever the heck they call them, what role they have with the time loop or cursed cycle. And if the time loops, man, I don't know. It's a chicken egg thing too. Like, I guess we also know that like oh fuck. So there's a lot of like headcanon stuff going on here, because obviously the ending in I don't know, I'm kind of torn overall. Like, if we can't find a better ending than ending 55 here, like, this kind of has a lesser problem than Fire Emblem Three Houses. You know, the whole issue with Fire Emblem Three Houses is that like there are effectively 4 different endings you can get, right? And I won't get into like super detail on all of them. But 3 of the 4 endings, well, okay. 1 of the 4 endings deals with the actual bad guys in the background that are kind of one of the like big reasons. There are essentially 2 bad guys in Three Houses. 2 primary bad guys. The first one is you have the church, and specifically like the lady at the top of the church, who's essentially a god, and like enforcing her will on this continent or island of 3 nations. 3 nations. And so obviously like she's an issue to like the growth of the continent and like the prosperity of the people. Like having the church in charge is obviously just sort of a weird situation in general. And then you have those that slither in the darkness, or some fucking stupid. It's like some random stupid name to it. But none of the endings in Three Kingdoms actually addresses all of the, well, none of the endings address all of the issues, all of the obstacles leading to what would be like a happy ending. The only one that does is when you side with like the villains. Most people would say, like, if you side with the Black Eagles, which is like the red color group, the white-haired girl. And the only reason I feel like that is you not only deal with the superpowered church lady, your main character also loses god powers, so you don't have any fucking gods trying to like, you know, take roles in leadership. And lastly, you deal with those that slither in the darkness off screen. It's really unsatisfying. That specific part's super unsatisfying. That you deal with the second set of villains off the fucking screen. But you whatever, you deal with it. It is what it is. But that's why my argument is that the Black Eagles path is the only path that actually is has a satisfying ending. Because in every other route, you are like, you're doing something super detrimental to the continent. Like, everyone talks about the Golden Deer ending being the best one, because that's the one where you actually deal and fight with the those that slither in the darkness as like part of the gameplay. But the issue with that is you're basically siding with someone that has royal ties to a foreign nation off the coast of the island. So like, you're basically setting yourself up for even more power struggles in the future by inviting foreign support into the situation. It's like super fucked no matter what you do. And the blue route is like The blue route is if you just want to completely ignore everything and just let the church make your kingdom into a puppet state. If my memory serves me right there. But yeah, it's super fucked. All of the endings minus the Black Eagles route also has the main character still as a god figure, and that I think inherently makes it like very bad going forward, because your character basically dictates so much of how any scenario plays out. The fact that your character joining one side or another completely transformed the story of the game is like reason enough to see how screwed up the situation is, right? Anyways, getting back to this game, if this really is the last we can see from Ending 55, it feels kind of like this, or kind of like that situation, because there are essentially like there are multiple problems going on with or there are multiple obstacles or confrontations, problems that have to be solved in this game. The first one, of course, like surface value, is that as you go through the first 100 days and then the second scenario, we're fighting a war that should not be happening, and all of the people at risk include narrowed down to like, you know, rough generalizations. You have the people at the school, you have the Futurans, and then you have the humans on the artificial satellite. And there are not that many endings that actually put us into a great situation for all three. There's usually a sacrifice of one or two, or all three. Wait, actually, is there one where everyone dies? I don't think that's true, because I think the reset route, the class survives, but the majority of humans, or all humanity, is basically dead, and all Futurans on the planet are dead, right? But Ending 55, in my opinion, still has the highest upside. My issue with Ending 100 is that they're not going back to the satellite, and we don't have, maybe the escape pod's fine, and they would end up going there. I don't exactly remember. So Ending 100 is a similar situation as Ending 55. Let's pretend like the curse cycle doesn't exist for a second here. Ending 100 is good, but Ending 55 is better because all of the original characters in that timeline actually survive. And that is super important, I think, to just like the satisfaction of the ending, right? So in Ending 100, everyone goes, or an Ending 55, excuse me, everyone goes back to the satellite, and at that point in time, if our assumption about what they, or I think Tenkai confirmed it from a Kodaka interview, if what they freak out about at the end of the first playthrough is learning the truth, they're going to end up learning the truth. And obviously, like, it's weird not to have that in the golden ending, but I think that also leads them to the revelation that they're also Futurans. Like, I can see a scenario. It's also not like they are critically up against the clock. They have 200-ish years, if you will, right? 200 years to deal with, you know, more, like figuring out a way to create peace. The biggest hurdle they were initially facing was that, number one, they couldn't communicate, and apparently they're super bad at I don't know why they can't communicate. Like, you know, I don't know. But obviously the language barrier gets played out to be this huge ordeal, and obviously a lot of conflict and war happens afterwards, and it causes a rift between the two races, so further attempts to try and communicate and translate get lost, right? So that's before all the looping happens. And then the second problem comes in when we're actually playing on some of these routes, is that, well, we have to deal with Veshness now, and we're also trying to figure out a solution to keeping both the satellite and the planet safe. So there aren't actually that many endings where both the satellite's okay and the planet isn't going to get scorched. So 55 and 100 are both unique in that situation where they've dealt with Veshness and both places are okay, right? And I think that's what gives you more hope about like a better ending and reconciliation potentially happening. If you look at ending 1, quote unquote, like actual ending 1 as opposed to, you know, the end of the first 100 days, I have to lift up my controller, I guess. If you look at ending 1, that shows off that like reconciliation between the two species is still possible, right? Like otherwise, you know, that's the symbol, that's the meaning I get from this ending. So that makes me optimistic about ending 55 more so. Maybe this is copium. Maybe I'm just coping super hard here. But leaving that for a second, is there a reason why ending 100 doesn't break the cycle? Would there be a reason why ending 55 doesn't break the cycle? Like, they seem to write specifically that it's been some time since 10 a.m., so maybe it'd be fine or something. And then obviously there are like small plot holes that make me question whether or not like they're out and everything's fine in ending 55. Specifically because like the escape pod reaches the satellite before not long after Takumi teleports away, right? Oh wait, no. That was before the cycle is created, I guess you could argue, right? Because that's the original timeline. And even though it looks like not much time has passed, we could be like that could just be, you know, like, hey, we're not going to make you sit around for 30 minutes or however long it would take for the escape pod to reach the satellite. I guess what I was curious about was, what I was initially thinking was maybe there is going to be a way for the timelines to become cleanly closed, like all of these loops to be shut together in a neat way. Because you have the original timeline, right? And then people die, mission fails, some members back at satellite. And then so maybe this just persists. If we accept that like it doesn't have to neatly fit together into one specific resolution that ties everything up, then maybe there can be multiple endings to the story. Like ending 1. So all cryptoglobin users. Whoops. Oh, wait, no, it's not all 17. Doesn't that count Sirie and Nigo? So they're both dead in mystery, right? Oh my gosh, I can't type. But what I'm curious about is if we're really trying to shore up. Oh yeah, right. So that is the 17, but Sire and Nigo are both dead in this. Whoops, but not by. That's only what we know from what Ato says, right? What if Ato's wrong? That's just what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. And maybe we'll get something that will more like that will give us more information as to what exact things need to happen to break the cursed cycle. It's just if we go down the do we? If you go down the second route, the first route and second route, of course, I don't think there's a single mention of the cursed cycle, right? Hmm. Well, we clearly have more to do. Like we should definitely go back next time we stream, which will be either tonight or tomorrow morning. We'll go back and see what it's not this one. How far back do we need to go for that? Here it is. We'll need to go back here and take a look at this route and see if that gives us something juicy. No, I think the curse cycle specifically with our playthrough, obviously. I think the curse cycle comes up first in Retsnam route because the old man talks about it there. Oh, you're in a curse cycle, blah blah, or some nonsense there. And Takumi being Takumi doesn't think anything of it. Because Takumi's a genius. And then I think we hear about it in the Box of Calamity route too, right? It was either, okay, it might be both or it's one of them. But yeah, there's definitely something in the Retsnam or Box of Calamity route. We also have more Box of Calamity route stuff to go over too. And while I initially wasn't as interested in doing them because I was way more focused on getting through the story locks, I'm curious now if they offer us more information. That could also be... Man, there are just so many freaking... It's crazy how well we did getting through the last academy or last defense academy second route without I think the only choice we undid was protecting Ava. We undid that choice, but otherwise we didn't actually end up deviating from that path at all. These will probably be like really short endings here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this one is like what, 3 days, I think they said. So from this point on, we have 35, 36, and 37. So this will be a pretty short one. We'll finish that next time we stream. All right. Have a good one, guys. Maybe tonight.